Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having an awesome day. And today we're going to be going through and doing some boss battles for you, all on stage 5. Because back in the Burning Peace video, I said, hey, you can use these teams to beat the boss battles. It'll be pretty easy. And I thought, why not put my nature stones where my mouth is? I'll prove it to you that you too can achieve greatness just like me. So if you like as well, I will leave some guides up in the top corner, you know, where they leave the little cards up the top there. With our arts farming guide, we even beat stage 6 pretty easy. And our just generic farming guide to level up your characters to the level they need to be. As always, I will leave timestamps down below if you want to skip to a specific boss battle. You know, oh, I've beaten Zuko, Aang, and Unagi easy. I just need help with Bumi. Well, there'll be a guide down the bottom there for you. So let's get into the builds and the video. This is going to be a post-recording addition to the video. I went through the builds, but I didn't really explain them too well, especially when it comes to Bumi. I haven't built a very specific way for a reason, and I don't really explain that in there. So this is me going to rectify that and make sure that you understand what's going on here. First off, we've got Mind Aang, 2 speed, 1 lifesteal set. Pretty standard on most Aangs. You want to build him with a bit of accuracy there so that he can get that knockdown on his advanced skill. Because of that, we're going to be equipping the Airbender Flute on him. Every turn that him or an ally takes, he's going to gain a little bit of extra accuracy, and that'll let us get that knockdown, or even, what better case, knock back some turn meter on his basic. Either way, both pretty good. Next up, we've got our Kyoshi Warrior, built up pretty defensively. We've got a 2 health, 1 defense set on her, very tanky. Pretty much she's here to knock out any buffs, because if Zuko gets any buffs, he's going to get a lot of extra attack and charging state, and because of that, he'll knock out all units pretty easily. So if we can stop that or delay that as long as possible, if you don't unlucky with a knockdown or so, you'll be okay. We're also got the Dumpling Weed equipped. We've put her in the regen slot. A little bit extra healing, that's all I was going off. If you have like the katana or something, throw that on, it'd be much better. But I threw the dumpling weed on, a little bit easier for people to, you know, get. And last but not least, don't worry about the mods. I would build him usually with like an attack or like a crit damage, crit chance set. But I do have him built for Bumi like this. A bit weird, I know, but just bear with me. You want to build him with a lot of extra accuracy though. You want to get that stun on his advanced skill. If you have Well-Toothed Blade, throw that on instead. It'll do a little bit of extra damage. It'll kind of mitigate that because you won't have a lot of damage coming out of him here. And you'll see we have the Southern Night Lantern equipped. Again, he's built for Bumi. I just couldn't be bothered moving mods around because I have to change the whole set around. If you have an attack set, speed set, crit set, whatever, throw it on. As long as you have accuracy to get that stun, you'll be doing all right. And as you'll see, we'll be running the Mountain Vulture as our support unit. A little bit of extra speed for soccer and that if you want. You could throw whatever you want there. If you want to help Aang, if you have the Mind Wolf to help the Aang and the Kyoshi Warrior, throw that in as well if you want. But I'm just going to run the Patola Lion Vulture. Zuko's not a hard boss battle, so you'll be okay. I also should have mentioned, if you want to put it, whatever pets you have on, just throw them on. I've got like lemurs and vultures and stuff. I've just got random stuff on. I don't even know if they're optimized properly. So I've just thrown on random pets for them. So whatever you have will work. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a big swing and hope for a knockdown. Nice. And we've essentially started the trains. Now we're just going to use our basic because we want to save that stun. On the off chance, when he gets up, on the off chance he takes another turn or gets closer, we want to be sure that we can keep him knocked down. Because knockdown for some reason goes off the character that causes it, not who it is. It's just weird. I suppose it makes a little bit of sense. So as you see, he's going to go next. So we're going to go, no thank you, sir. Big spins. Look at that damage. 27,000 damage. My goodness. And also, as you see, if you have masteries as well, really helps. We've got attack and speed up. I think you get speed up on mastery 2 for soccer. But what we're going to do is we're going to wait till we get to... So I got 3,000 attack right there. So we're going to see if we can push back his turn meter. It won't matter because soccer's going next. And we're going to hit him with a 1, 2, 3 punch. And hope for the best. I suppose you could just combo if you wanted. If you want to combo, get that turn meter reduction down, but from Aang. But... we'll just do an ultimate. We'll see how much damage we can do, hey? Big hit. He's still up, though. That's the only problem. So as you see, he does a big AoE, but not a lot of damage because he's got that air debuff on him. It reduces his attack by 20%. But the problem is he has 2 buffs. So if he takes any turns, a counter attack even, or something like that, then we're in trouble. So that's where our Mind Kyoshi Warrior is going to come in handy. You're not going to beat this in 8 turns. I'm not doing an 8-turn guide. I don't even think I'm good enough for that. We're just going to do our advanced skill. As you see, knocked off all his buffs. Then we're going to get another knockdown. We should do. Beautiful. That's what I love to see. And then we just begin the train yet again. Because we have our attack up now. We've got our ultimate skill ready.
I've got this.
He's still... Alright, we'll just do another ultimate. Call it game over. Game, set, match. Get those beautiful boss battle coins. Upgrade our characters wherever we need to. And then move on to the next one. We'll play it out. We'll show you the rewards you can get as well in some of these stage 5s. If we're lucky, we might get a really good art set. Like, even just like one of... Like a orange or a purple. No, orange or a red, sorry. But never hold out hope for us. Let's see what we get. Alright, not too bad. This I think upgrades soccer to level 70, so that's annoying that I got that on this one. It's about right, actually, if you think about it. Next up is our Avatar State boss battle with Firebenders and Earthbenders. If you're building anything like kind of tanky, build it more for defense. He does do extra damage based on their max health, so you want to kind of mitigate that as much as possible. Build them more for defense. Like our front boy here, Earth Kingdom Soldier. You can see we've built him with a 2 defense, 1 health set. Pretty tanky already, but what you really want to build is more, a little bit of accuracy. On his basic, he has he'll grant himself barrier, which will be just a 25% reduction of damage, which is just nutso. And B, when he hits, he's going to get that earthbending debuff. And because of that, we're going to be running the Embers of Courage, extra 7% speed, at least at max level. When you inflict an earth element on the enemy up to 5 times, you're going to get an extra 35% speed. Saves you building so much speed on him, build just a little bit more accuracy. And hopefully we can get that stun on Aang. Next up is our Mars Soldier, built purely for speed. He does reduce speed and turn meter on his basic, so I do have a lot of accuracy built on him. If you want, you could build a full defense set even. That way he can A, take a lot more damage, which would be nice, but B, if he ever gets below, I think it's like 20% health, he knocks out 25% of Aang's defense, letting you do a lot more damage. Either way would work. I like the speed set because I also run the Fire Paper Dragon. Whenever he attacks, he's going to gain an extra 10 focus, which is going to build up our ultimate a lot faster. Ultimate or even a combo if we need that lucky earthbending hit, you know. Next up, we have our Fire Nation Zuko. If you're not building Fire Nation Zuko as a free-to-play player, you're leaving a great character on the table there. He has running a full attack set because he has unyielding determination. When he drops to 1 health, he's going to do a spin kick, regain a little bit of extra health, and then get a little bit of extra turn meter and offensive buffs. And because of that, whenever he drops below 20% health, his attack set's going to kick in. He's going to gain another 25% attack for 2 turns, which is just going to be big boomba damage. On top of that, we're going to save his advanced skill until that happens. We'll do a 1, 2, 3 hit, which is going to be a lot of damage. And for the cherry on top, we're going to be running the Well-Toothed Blade, which is going to ignore 15% of Aang's defense whenever you use an advanced skill, which is 3 hits, ignoring 15% of his defense, which is going to be crazy. With an extra 25% attack. You'll be doing a lot of damage with him there. And last but not least, we've got our Earth Kingdom Kyoshi. If you want, you could build her a little tanky. I just run a 2 attack, 1 speed set. It's pretty standard for me. We want to get that Force of Earth out not as soon as possible. You're not going to outspeed Aang. Don't even try and do it. He's got like 320 speed at the start. I think I've said that already, but just so you're aware. So we want to get that Force of Earth out. That's why we have a lot of accuracy built on her. Get that Force of Earth, decrease the attack, and increase any damage he takes. And because of that, we're going to run a Silver Lily's 35% chance to reduce our advanced cooldown, which is just going to be, if it procs, we just keep that Fearful State on Aang, and then he won't know what hit him. And for the support, whatever you really want, I'm going to run the Earth Kingdom Vol just to make sure that we can get that Earthbending debuff on the enemy. If you have the Wanchiton Knowledge Seeker, it's really only there for Earth Kingdom Soldier, so if you want to throw that on instead, wouldn't worry too much about damage. You want to get that stun on Aang. He's going to take a lot of turns and even extra turns, so you got to watch out for that. You've come to the wrong neighborhood, Aang. Maybe he says that to us, I don't know. Oh, that was a big hit on Zuko. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's see if we can get this Force of Earth going. We got the Fearful State, that's the main thing. Let's, decrease down. Yeah, alright, we're going to do our charging command so that we get our speed up. He also goes through a charging state. As you see, Zuko just jumped down to the bottom there. He's going to do a big spin. And now it's our turn yet again. We're going to see if we can just do a basic attack. Would we use a 1, 2, 3 punch? That's the question. Maybe we should. And we're going to call our Earth Kingdom Soldier and make sure he's selected down there in the combo. Start off with the combo and then bring the Earth. There we go. Alright, he's at 2. We need a gold to get that ability to stun him on his turn. Because he will take a lot of turns. He is very fast. You're going to lose a turn. That's fine. That's fine. We were expecting that. Combo hit. Maybe. Come on, Earth Kingdom Soldier. We need that stun. Oh, alright. Here we go. Stun. Okay, well, we lost our damage dealer, but that's okay. So the reason you want the gold one, in case you're not sure, down the bottom there, 50% chance to become stunned at the start of the turn. Unfortunately, we are not super lucky. We didn't get that stun off, but we're going to just start building up our Earth debuff yet again. So with our charging state, we gain a lot of extra attack, but we lose one of our turns. So we're going to use our basic. Look, he's not built for damage, okay? We're not, you know, are we really shocked at that? We're going to use a combo again and start building up that Earth debuff damage on him. Big hit. Nice. Stun. There we go. See? That's what we want. And now we need to keep hitting him with these Earth debuffs so that he, as we see, we're going to build up to another silver soon. Let's save and see if we can build up to an ultimate. We still have one more chance for stun here. Let's see if we can build up a fearful state as well. Why not? Look at that. We've reset the gold stun on him. 2 chances for him to have a 50% chance to be stunned, and it didn't stun him. As you can see, a little bit of RNG, but we're almost at our ultimate, and that's all we really need to worry about. Who has the highest damage? Yoshi. Alright, we're just going to use our basic and hope for the best. Stun. Nice. And then we use our ultimate. That should be game, set, match. If you want, you can swap Kyoshi to where Zuko was. Zuko to where Kyoshi was. He'll be a little bit more defended. But I just found having Kyoshi there, as you saw, we got that Earth debuff on him pretty easily. So really, that's why I have her at the back there. Look at that. Easy peasy. Granted, we lost Zuko, but as you know, you're going to go through the game. Everything's going to get a little bit harder as you move up in the level there. Look at all these rewards here. Nothing orange other than a crit damage mod. Still pretty useful. Next up, because I opened up my big mouth, we're going to solo the Unagi with Katara. You can throw Aang in here if you want. I probably wouldn't, because you kind of want to stun lock the Unagi. It goes into a berserk mode and can take a lot of multiple turns, and I found that that was much more detrimental to my run than just running Katara. Death by 1,000 splashes, I think I call it in the video. Basically, you want to build a lot of accuracy on her so that we can get that freeze on her basic. ABB, always be basicing. And basically, we're just going to freeze lock the Unagi until we win. In terms of relics, we're running the Master Versa. If you have like Statue of Kyoshi, throw that on, it'll be much better. I just have the Master Versa there. A little bit of extra defense will be nice. And on top of that, we're going to heal as well, which will be good. And for the support, we are going to run the Wonshiton Knowledge Seeker. If you have the Koala Otter, throw that there. Anything that increases accuracy, you want to make sure that we're consistently pumping those freezes out and freeze locking the Unagi, essentially. Brings back memories of the Kyoshi Island run through when we had to hold out for 6 turns, but this time we actually have to beat it. So as you see, we're going to do our basic. We do have a 6 out of 6, so it is going to be a higher chance, obviously. But as I said, build a little bit of accuracy. Beautiful. That's all I see. As you see, we're also doing about 1,000 damage a hit. Alright, didn't stun there, which is about right, honestly. But as you see, we're super tanky. Doesn't matter what they do. Now we're going to do oh, no freeze again. Really? Alright, definitely put the Wonshiton on. That 45% is actually hurting us right now. I should check what our accuracy is. I did this before, and I don't think I missed one freeze. 125% accuracy, and we're not hitting it. There we go. Do another basic, and we're just going to keep basicing it down. ABB. We could use our ultimate now because it's not at 75% health and it won't hit that because we're not a high damaging unit. But you're also at the risk of... My goodness. Alright, we took a big hit there, so let's just do another basic. And also the bonus is she's in the regen slot, so she's... Oh, I used the taunt by accident. Whoops. Well, it doesn't matter, it works out alright. But the problem is in the regen slot, you're going to be taking, as you say, we're freezing it every turn, and then we're going to heal. Freeze it, heal. Freeze it, heal. And then if we don't, obviously, if we don't freeze it, then it hits us and it doesn't matter. And this is going to be a very long battle, I can tell. As you see, that well-toothed blade goes right through defense. We know that already. We have it on our Zuko. So make sure to... Oh my goodness. Make sure to watch out for that. And just remember that when you are playing this, that defense is not going to be your friend. I suppose I could just speed through this, couldn't I? I could just speed it up. I think we might. So, as you saw there, it just went into Berserk mode, which basically means it has increased damage and stuff. So, as you see that little... I can't even click it, really? Alright, we'll just do this then. So, I don't know if that crit damage up is indicative of it, but... I don't know, but Berserk mode works for like 3 turns or so. So, we're going to actually go into our Provoke stance now, because that stance doesn't mean anything. When he does that little scream. And then back to the music. I'm going to use an ultimate here because we've gone into his Berserk stance already. And we definitely won't do 50% damage. So we're going to do that for a big hit. Knock him down to about 50. And then we'll just keep basicking until he goes into Berserk stance again. Just so you're aware. If you do that right at the start, he might go into Berserk stance. Take like 2 or 3 turns in a row. And then you're screwed. So just keep ABB. Always be basicking. Ultimate right after Berserk stance. You'll see it come up. Where all these debuffs and stuff are coming up. To see Frozen, it'll say Berserk stance. When it does that, then you can use your ultimate again. That's unfortunate that he went into Berserk, didn't get frozen, and just took an immediate turn. So that's a little scary. We're going to heal up because I'm not risking it. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get hit, and it's going to knock out most of my stuff. Bonus as well, I should have mentioned this before. When you have a master, I think it's Mastery 2, you will take 25% less damage when you go into your Taunting stance or your Provoke stance, whatever you want to call it. So you really want that Mastery 2 on her. I mean, you should be leveling her up anyway. But getting that Mastery level 2, not too hard to get, and it's actually really helpful. But as you see, we have slowly whittled down, you know, death by 1,000 splashes, am I right? I should just use the ultimate. I don't know what I'm doing. That's Frozen, good. Alright, now we hit it with an ultimate, and that should be game, set, and match. I'm never doing that again. I am just going to stick to my Talirik, Tagaka, Kiwok, and whatever unit I need Mastery boss battles for. That's what I'm throwing here from now on. If you knock me out right now, I'm going to cry. It's happened before. I've gotten to this point. It's done an attack and then done 2 attacks and knocked me out. But luckily, our ultimate does look like it's going to be up very soon. Beautiful. And then, goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. I think we've knocked it out because it can't... Yep. There we go. That was a cool little action cam right there. There we go. Yeah, the game registered finally. They were just checking. They were like, 1 unit and it was a defense one. Are you sure? Yeah, that's it. Alright. If you say so. Beautiful. Some defense speeds. Good. I actually need some defense speeds. I've had a lot of defense heroes recently. And last but not least, we've got our boss battle Bumi. He's going to be a lot harder than all the other ones. He was added in a little bit later. More of like an end game boss, I suppose you'd call him. Pretty much you need to watch out for his imbalanced state. If he gets that, he will gain a lot of extra turn meter, which means he'll go a lot faster. He will get an extra crit damage buff, which means he'll do more damage, obviously. And there's also a chance that you'll get knocked down, which is not very good. If you get knocked down, you'll take a lot of extra damage from Flopsie. It's not a big threat, but it's still kind of annoying. First off, we've got our Earth Kingdom Soldier. As you can see, built tanky. I'm not going to go too far into it. The only real difference in strategy here, if you find that Bumi is going to use his advanced skill again, throw on your advanced skill, and you can actually increase his cooldown, which is nice. It's not guaranteed, but it can help. I think I do it once in this. But keep focusing that basic attack, getting that earthbending damage on him. He'll get stunned. If he gets stunned, he can't hit you. If he can't hit you, you hit him. Excellent work, everyone. GG's. Next, we've got our Kyoshi Warrior, built super tanky. I've said it before. Really, we're just going to throw that advanced skill turn 1 on Bumi, get rid of that immunity up so that we opens him up for Sokka to stun him and start getting those debuffs stacked on him as quickly as possible. Don't really need to explain it too much. It's the same as like the Zuko boss battle. Dumpling weed for extra healing and all that stuff. Build a super tanky. But really, advanced skill, knock out the immunity, and that's really all she's there for. Next up, we've got our Earth Kingdom Kyoshi. As you can see, built a little bit differently. We've got a 2 attack and 1 immunity set. It's not very good because I haven't leveled it up. Basically, the immunity set will give us immunity turn 1, makes us immune to being imbalanced, which is really nice. On top of that, if you have better mods that have accuracy on them, definitely put them on there. Again, Fearful State lowers the attack, increased damage taken. Bumi has a stonky amount of health, so you want to knock through that as soon as possible. Silver Lilies to make sure that we can keep that Fearful State on him. And last but not least, we've got our Water Tribe Soccer. We've built him super tanky, make sure that he stays alive from that initial hit from Bumi. Southern Night Lantern actually come in really clutch here, decreasing any damage we take from any critical hits. He has insane crit rate. I found every single time I went against him, he would crit Soccer and he would get knocked out turn 1. Put this on and he survives. 2 health set. Frozen Legacy. If you don't have Frozen Legacy, throw an immunity set on. It's the same thing. It's just one from an event that I leveled up ages ago. But an immunity set, again, stops that imbalance going on Soccer. What you want to do is you want to save his advanced skill and hit Bumi with it when he has no immunity. That way he will get stunned. I think Soccer goes in this. We hit Bumi, we hit Flopsie with a basic attack. And then when Bumi has no immunity, we hit him with our advanced skill, smacking him, stunning him, and then we win the game because of that. And again, for support, we're throwing the Earth Kingdom Vol on. Extra accuracy for our Earth Element heroes. I think she actually gets an Earth Element on Bumi, so it actually comes in pretty clutch there. But you definitely want that on there. If not, One Chiton could work. Again, you want accuracy on Earth Kingdom Soldier. That's what the support is there for, just a big boost in accuracy. That way we can build a little bit of resistance on him so he doesn't get knocked down too much. I will give him this. This is a banger of a boss music.
Prepare yourself.
I'm so not prepared. What?
I've got this.
Okay, can someone explain? Why did he use his basic? He's meant to use his advanced skill first. I don't even have a response for that. That's never happened before. Does he have it on cooldown? Hang on, let me check this. Why would you use his basic? Anyway, I'll take it. Whatever, I'll take it. We're going to use our basic here. We want to save the stun for Bumi. Basic on Flopsie. I was going to call him Blopsy for a second. Alright, let's just do a basic. This music is not helping my stress right now. Do we want to even try and get Fearful State? I think we do, because we'll knock out that. Yeah. Alright, we're going to do it. We're just going to do Fearful State and hope for the best. As you see, Bumi just jumped up. So, at the very least, he's doing less damage. Not that that really helps me, but he's doing less damage. And there goes Kyoshi. Rightio. Yep, this is good. This is all fine. Fine and dandy. Alright, let's see. We don't even have an Earth debuff, my goodness. We're going to combo with our Earth Kingdom Soldier and hope for the best. See if we can start building up some Earth debuffs. Nope. Rightio then. And that's what you got to watch out for. Oh boy. Okay, we're just going to do a basic on Flopsy over here. Oh, that attack up from Soccer is amazing. Oh boy. Okay, here's the bonus. We might beat this now. Let's just do yeah, it's not ideal. We'll just have to do a basic. It's not going to be helpful. I just hope he hits the front guy. Hit Earth Kingdom Soldier. Don't hit Kyoshi Soldier. Alright then. It's fine. He doesn't have immunity anymore. This is where we actually need it to come in clutch now. Let's get the stun. Believe. We got the stun. Alright, there we go. Do you see how much damage? 25,000 Well-Toothed Blade. My goodness. As I said, you don't need to build him. You need to build him for health so that he stays alive. We're just going to do our basic. Get that Earth debuff on him. No, alright. Now we're going to combo so that we call in our Earth Kingdom Soldier and get that Earth debuff on him. Alright, we're at stage 2. Just do a basic. We should just save for an ultimate, honestly. We got the stage 3. Oh my goodness, we beat it. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. We're just going to do our basic here. That's fine. We've got to tack up. Alright, please tell me you got stunned then. Yes, he did. Excellent. Earth Kingdom Soldier, we're going to... Let's just fingers crossed he gets stunned again. I'm not even going to risk it. We're going to use our Boulder Toss, which is what I was meant to show you before. 25% chance to increase the cooldown. We want to see if we can make sure that he can't use his AoE. Looks like the cooldown happened, and he got stunned anyway, so that's fine. Ultimate ability. This should knock him out, I'm pretty sure. With a stage 3 Earth debuff, This should knock him out with how much damage Sokka has. If not, it'd be really close. Really close. As I said, like, I'm telling you, attack up on Sokka. You saw the set. It's only 3,500, but Bumi does not have a lot of defense. Basic attack. We got that stage 2 stun. Oh my goodness, I love this game. It was so nice to me. So yeah, pretty easy. As I said, build Sokka for that health and immunity, and you can beat Bumi. It's a big investment. You gotta have, like, there were 3 level 70s on the team, as you can see. Big investment. But if you use the guide that I have, it'll help you level up your units pretty fast, and you'll get all these juicy rewards and a stress-free event. Oh boy. I actually still can't believe I did that first turn. And as you see, we've done our events. Boss battle stage 5. Look at all these rewards we got. We got some extra nature stones for summons. We've got our extra rewards if you need to lower tier ones or you want to save up for the next day. My goodness. Save up for the next day. Of course, I get the hiccups then. And, yeah, look at that. Look at all these nature stones. Beautiful. Stage 5 of the King Bumi. And then I'm just going to do some Bumi boss battles. As you can tell, Bumi is not my favorite boss battle to do. It's a lot. It's a lot of effort to do. Alrighty, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. As you see, we beat all the bosses with completely free-to-play units. You know, arguably free-to-play obtainable relics and arts and stuff. I wasn't even using the most powerful stuff. If you have more powerful things, throw them in there. Don't just do it because I did it. If you don't want to level up your Sokka, you have Wolfcrave Sokka or something, throw that in, do that. If you don't want to use, you want to use Avatar Kyoshi, use Avatar Kyoshi. Definitely much more helpful. But as you see, we've got our Broken Bonds banner. We haven't got our Janchu, speaking of bosses, and we need to get that. So, can I get a hoi yeah for Janchu? After all that effort, game, after all the time I put into those boss battles, you're not gonna play nice with me. Alright, I'm doing 3 because every time we do 3, we get a sunset. Oh my goodness, I should be laughing. Twee and La, that's actually really good. Lets my waterbenders do a little bit more damage. No Janchu. Alright, 3rd time's the charm. Alright, whatever, that's fine. I'll take it, I guess. Look, the main thing is we beat the boss battles, and I beat them for you. So, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, throw the plug at the end. Let me know if I helped. Let me know if the boss battles are much easier now for you. And I will see you in the next video, which I will record tomorrow. We are summoning until we get Monk. I'm not doing an Earth Kingdom Toph mistake. We're getting Monk. Whether we like it or not. As you see, we've got some nature stones saved up. I don't think I've summoned for like 2 weeks, really. It's always been Broken Bonds. So we've got a lot of nature stones from drip packs and stuff like that I've bought. So we'll see how we can go. So catch you around, and I'll see you in the next video.